Hey everyone, it's Richard Payne here from Keller Williams Select Realty, the RPM Real Estate team, and we always want to go through the stats to find out how the market's doing. So let's see what July brought us. So we know when we looked at April, May and June, we've seen a steady but sure decrease in the amount of months of inventory we've got on the market. So the question is, what happened in July? Now, did that trend continue? And it did not continue. So we went up slightly. We're sitting right now at 6.4 months of inventory on the market, which still, considering where Halifax has come from over the last year and a half, 2 years, is still really good, because 6.4 puts us in a balanced market. Between 5 and 7 months is the balanced, whereas last month we were certainly below the 5 months, and therefore we were in a seller's market. And you know, inventory changes constantly, as it does, because it's all about how many active listings versus how many did we actually sell, and that's the ratio that you look at, and that's how you work out the months. But overall, if we look at July, to give you the stats of what's really going on, average sale price is $313,000, which is up 3.4% on last month, and more importantly, up 1% on this time last year. So that's a key thing to know, is that the prices are still increasing month over month on last year. 96.7% sale to list price. 73 days on market, which is still really good. Like, we've been up in that kind of 120 days, 90 days on market, kind of that 3 to 4 month range, and now we're kind of easily under that 3 month range, kind of getting closer to 2 months on market. 425 units sold, which interestingly was down 15% on July, which kind of, if you look at the inventory going up slightly, that makes sense. And we have 2,700 homes active, which is, apart from one number, is exactly the same as we had in July. So again, that would show why the increase in the actual months of inventory is going up. Now, in terms of what's hot and what's not, number one actually was the Timberley Prospect St. Margaret's Bay area, with over 10% of what we sold was actually in that particular marketplace. Now, they have 291 homes on active at the moment, 6.5 months inventory, 317,000 average sale price. So pretty much they're the average of everything that we've got going on here. But days on market in that region are 120 days on market. So you're really sitting into that 4 months before you actually sell, and 95% sale to list price, which is interesting as well. So people are obviously looking there and having to realize that they're taking longer to sell than the current average, and therefore you've got to accept the lower price. That's the trade-off. Now, when we look at number two, that was Kingswood and Hammonds Plains area, with 5.3 months of inventory, $386,000 average sale price, and 98% sale to listing. And then joint third is actually Bedford and Sackville. Now, we know that Sackville, Bedford and Timberley, Prospect Bay, Prospect and St. Margaret's Bay have always been in the top three. So it's interesting that Kingswood has now shown itself, and that could be a little bit about that summer market, when bigger lots with lakes and also acreages and wells tend to start coming out, because people start looking for the school district, but they want a little bit more space than they get in Bedford. So they look at that next community down, which is going to be the Kingswood Hammonds Plains community. Now, interesting, when we look at who's the quickest market, and we go down to 2.4 months of inventory in Crichton Park. Now, not a lot of houses for sale in that area, because it's not a big area. So it's 29 homes for sale, and they sold 12. So, you know, in terms of inventory, 29 divided by 12 puts you at 2.5. So it's a really fast moving market there. So that's what's going on. And the interesting thing is that at least we're still staying in that kind of 6 months inventory on market. So, you know, yes, we're still in a little bit of a slower time in July, because people start thinking a little bit more about trips away and holidays and spending time with the kids. But we'll see an uptick in August and September. So it'd be really interesting to see what happens to the months then. But at the moment, everything's looking pretty steady and really good for the market here in Halifax. Now, if you have any questions, you know the details to get a hold of me. It's 902-489-1804, or you can email me, richard@rpmrealestate.ca. Shoot me the questions, we'll get you the answers.